Hello, welcome back. Thank you for tuning into another one of my videos. If you're new, my name is Ashanwa. LAJA is a channel dedicated to African fashion, prints, and textiles. So make sure you subscribe to stay tuned on my latest uploads. Today, I'll be talking about kente. The first fun fact I have for you is that there are actually two types. One you might have heard of, and the other one not so much. The two types of kente are Ashanti Kente, which is the more popular one, and fave kente, which I'll be talking about next week, so stay tuned for that. Kente is a woven fabric made by the Ashanti people of Ghana and the fave people of Togo and Ghana. Unlike many other African textiles, kente is a global symbol for Black as well as African culture. Starting in the 60s and moving through the 90s, kente was and continues to be a fabric used by African Americans as a symbol of Black heritage and as a connection back to their African roots. You find that kente is used in graduation ceremonies and to highlight notable achievements within the Black community here in the United States especially. One meaning that the African Americans ascribe to it is that which will not tear. So it's a symbol of strength. Too many fabrics are sold as kente, but I want to highlight and emphasize that kente cloth is not to be confused with kente print or other commercial forms. I have a video on African fancy and wax prints that will shed some light on that. Real kente is made from narrow cotton woven strips that are stitched together to make a bigger cloth. The Ashanti people live in central southern Ghana. They are a matrilineal society ruled by the Queen Mother, who actually picks her husband, who is known as the Ashanti Hen. Neither the fave nor the Ashanti people use the word kente to describe their cloth. The Ashanti use nsadwasu, however, kente is used as the generic description. Is there a difference between fave and Ashanti Kente? Yes. You will see that the variances in the cloth are tied to their meaning and what exactly they're used for. Ashanti Kente is the more popular one, the one you've most likely encountered. It has high contrast, very vibrant colors in black, red, green, yellow. In both tribes, kente weaving is men's work. However, women are fighting those ideals by forming unions where they teach themselves the art of weaving kente. Boys are picked as apprenticed by their fathers or the master weavers from a very young age. Amongst the Ashanti, weaving is a social event, so people chat, sing, giggle while they're weaving their thing. Ashanti Kente is a court cloth used amongst royalty. Non-royals use the cloth at their discretion and at the goodwill of the king, the Ashanti Hen, who, according to folklore, has Anase, the spider, to thank for introducing kente or weaving into the Ashanti tribe. The folklore goes like this. Back in the 17th Once upon a time in the 17th century, two brothers were hunting when they came across a spider's web. It was Anase's. But that one was like,
brother two, you see what I see?
I think I do. I think I do.
I think we should learn how to weave. What you think?
I think you're right.
They observed the spider, mastered its craft, and took their new skills back to Bonwire, which is actually the primary center for kente weaving in Ghana. So they presented their work to the then Ashanti Hen, and he was very impressed and decided to make kente the official royal court fabric. No one dared commission kente cloth without informing the court. Consequences for doing that involved death. Oh my god. Earlier times copyright protection, you know what I mean? Today, many of the king's patterns are recopied. Laws aren't as, strict. Earlier cloths were made from black, white, and blue yarn because those were the only dyes available back then. But when the Ashanti people started trading with foreign countries, Westerners, silk was introduced to them, and though they didn't really care for the cloth, that the silk came in, they loved the array of colors. They unwove the silk into threads, into yarn, and mixed it with their kente cloth. Because of the availability of these colors, weavers created much more complex patterns. The creation of visually engaging cloth, visually engaging kente amongst the Ashanti people was intentional. These individuals were status conscious, so they wanted their clothing to reflect that, to draw attention to who they were and their high places in society. The colors in kente have meanings. Each color combination is dependent on what the occasion it's used for. Each kente has its unique name. Currently, there are about 300 unique kente patterns, with weavers creating new ones almost every day. The Ashanti named their cloth after famous people as well as mundane things. Most interestingly, Ashanti Kente Cloth is used to record history and social events. For instance, the cloth "There is fire between two factions of the Oyoko people" was created when civil war broke out after the death of King Tutu. Cloth names also changed to reflect times. When President Nkrumah married his Egyptian wife, Fathia, a cloth was commissioned called Fathia Bithrots Nkrumah. When he was disposed from presidency, the cloth name was changed to "One Man Does Not Rule a Nation." Again, Ashanti Kente is widespread. You can find it in specialty shops here in the United States. If you are in Ghana, you can purchase some in Bonwaya, which I had mentioned was the primary location for kente production. Thank you for watching. That is it for Ashanti Kente. I wanted to separate both videos because so people are aware that there are more than one type of kente. Next week I'll be talking about AV kente. Like this video if you learned something new. I would love to hear your thoughts below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.